Coming up in tonight's bulletin, Prime Minister Manila confirms that all forum partners will be attending the 54th Pacific Islands Forum Leaders Meeting in Honiara next week. The Commissioner of Lands voiced strong concerns over the newly proposed mining legislation, warning that it fails to address the fundamental legal disconnect between the mining process and customary land tenure. And around 20 artists are set to gather at the National Art Gallery in Honiara next week for an exhibition. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Andrea Maahanwa. Prime Minister Jeremiah Manila has confirmed that all members of the Pacific Islands Forum will attend the 54th Leaders Meeting in Honiara next week, marking a major diplomatic milestone for the Solomon Islands as it prepares to host the region's most significant political gathering. Alex Tadamo reports.
Prime Minister Jeremiah Manila confirms that all forum members will be attending the 54th Pacific Islands Forum Leaders Meeting in Honiara next week. Speaking at a press conference today, Manila said that all forum members have registered their delegations.
For the 54th Pacific Island Forum Leaders Meeting, all 18 forum members have registered their delegations. 17 leaders will attend. Samoa will be led by their Secretary of Foreign Affairs, as they have just completed their national election last Friday and are currently in the process of forming their new government.
Manila acknowledged all key partners for their contribution towards the hosting of the Forum Leaders Meeting.
In this regard, I also wish to acknowledge with deep appreciation the support of our private sector partners. In particular, I thank Solomon Telecom, Rico Printing, South Pacific Oil, Solomon Airlines, and Solomon Ports for their contributions towards hosting the 54th Pacific Island Forum Leaders Meeting. Their partnership reflects the importance of working together as a nation. In addition, the government sincerely thanks our bilateral and multilateral partners for their invaluable assistance in supporting the hosting of this forum. Your solidarity with Solomon Islands strengthens our preparations and demonstrates the shared commitment to the Pacific family. Equally, I extend my gratitude to the many Solomon Islanders who are supporting the National Organizing Committee. Your commitment, energy, and unity will ensure the success of this forum and showcase to the region the strength of our people.
The Prime Minister also calls on Solomon Islanders to welcome the regional delegations.
As host, I call on all Solomon Islanders, especially our people in Honiara, Munda, and Noro, to extend our traditional warmth and hospitality as we welcome our Pacific family. The world will be watching, and this is our opportunity to showcase the very best of our Happy Isles.
Alex Tadamo for SIBC TV.
Commissioner of Lands Alan McNeil has raised serious concerns over the proposed Mineral Resources Bill 2025, warning that its failure to align with customary land tenure laws could lead to legal uncertainty. Simon Tavake reports.
The Ministry of Lands has voiced strong concerns over the newly proposed mining legislation, warning that it fails to address the fundamental legal disconnect between the mining process and customary land tenure, a misstep that could create significant legal confusion and undermine both landowner rights and investor confidence. Alan McNeil raised the concerns during the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Survey appearance before the Bills and Legislation Committee hearing into the Mineral Resources Bill 2025. He said the new bill, which is set to replace the existing Mines and Minerals Act, had not included the necessary integration with the Land and Titles Act, particularly when it comes to land registration.
So the current Act really does not relate well to the Land and Titles Act. There is only really one reference in it where at the end of a mining process where a miner has gone through the process of prospecting license, surface access agreement, and then mining lease. And once they get the mining lease, there is a provision in the current Act that says you go to the Registrar of Titles and ask the Registrar of Titles to please register their mining lease. Now, the difficulty with that is, what if it's unregistered customary land? But new mines and the new process of going through a prospecting license, etc., it's more than likely that that's going to be on customary land. So what happens if a mining company has gone through this whole process, the surface access agreement, they've made some payment to the landowners who they believe are the landowners, they've paid for their prospecting license and mining license, and then they want to get it registered, the Registrar of Title is going to say, well, how do I register this? There's no parcel number. It's not been surveyed. It's not an area of land that is in the land register. So everyone must go, well, how do we do this? It's just not possible unless we start a whole new acquisition process, for example.
He said it is disappointing to see their recommendations were not taken on board.
So when we knew this bill was being prepared, it probably goes back 2 or 3 years, our involvement with the Ministry of Lands. We started to have discussions with Ministry of Mines. They brought us in. We met their director and other staff and the legal drafter, very nice Canadian gentleman, Bill Kosar. Mary and I both had lots of discussions with those people, more than one meeting, multiple meetings, and we explained those difficulties. We explained how the Landed Titles Act and the current Mines Act don't speak to each other, and that issue around how do you register something when it hasn't been gone through an acquisition process, there's no parcel number, how do you register that with the Registrar of Titles? And so Mary and I both tried to impress on them the importance of involving customary land recording as an essential ingredient in the early stages of these mining processes.
Simon Tavake for SIBC TV.
Around 20 artists are set to gather at the National Art Gallery in Honiara next week for an exhibition. The event is timed to coincide with the 54th Forum Leaders Meeting, offering both the public and regional guests a chance to experience the country's unique and diverse cultures.
National Art Gallery, Mifaba hosting a Monfala exhibition. It's the first for this year. We'll be starting next week, and that's where we artists and crafts people around here for showcasing artworks from Mifala and what Mifa producing. It's too in line with the Pacific Island Forum that will be happening next week, and we see that it's an opportunity to stack our guests or people to come, and then way for Mifala doing program so that it goes aligned and it's part of it. So each artist and covers and weavers, we're allowed to only showcase 2 artworks. So that will be in the National Art Gallery. So if you want to come to see your favorite artist or find something to buy, you can get in touch and people will sell it. But only 2 fala artworks on sale.
Similar art showcases were featured during major regional events, such as the 2023 Pacific Games. Each artist will present 2 pieces reflecting the exhibition's theme, Our Heritage, Our Strength.
Like most of the artists here, we are trying to showcase and maybe sell, but at the same time, we want to expose what our culture is all about too, for the visitors coming. And we are to tell them that we have so many things to show, so many art to showcase, whatever happened around the Pacific. But it's so important that we have to show at least part what we can create, what Solomon Island have to offer in the form of art.
DOC encourages the public to attend and support the event.
So we'll be open next week. Always free. The gate is free. I'm open. Come in, have a look, see your art, see how the main thing for looking at Limi Solomon Island and the various art forms. It's just not painting, it's carving, it's weaving, and from every decoration.
The week-long exhibition is expected to begin on Monday next week. And now the Solomon Islands Women in Maritime Association and Solomon Islands Maritime Authority have launched a high school awareness program to educate students on maritime careers, safety at sea, and marine pollution prevention. Sharon Anau reports.
The Solomon Islands Women in Maritime Association, SIWIMA, in partnership with the Solomon Islands Maritime Authority, SIMA, is currently rolling out its high school awareness program. The program covers sessions such as maritime career pathways, safety at sea, and marine pollution prevention. Speaking to SIBC TV, Senior Official Sustainable Shipping at SIMA, Diana Vasula, says they hope to raise more awareness regarding safety at sea during the awareness programs. The team visited St. Nicholas College, making it their third school visit under the program. Mrs. Vasula says they are planning to extend the awareness program to other high schools and the provinces next year.
This year, we have planned for visiting 7 for schools, and so 3 for him now I make 3 now down, so there's few more before December. And next year, we roll them out more high schools. This one him also ongoing for support him na mi garam community awarenesses. So mi go out lot of hotspots. Mi call them hotspots lot of areas where incidents or report him high. So the Central Island provinces him now number 1 priority every year. Mi go do awareness lot of people who are on boats and not people who frequently travel by boat for to reduce him na incidents lo sea and help him out with safety practices, safety at sea. So this one him for support him too at community awareness is blom pala. Yeah, so last year mi cover him finish some province, mi cover him Makira finish where's that Western Province. So next year mi plan for Golo Weather Coast side, lo Guadalcanal, and also lot some for areas so some Savo side mi no kasimet. So mi garem at a list where those ones mi kasim finish, but mi move on for next areas ma. So as mi say at hotspots na bam prioritize him, then mi go na for supporting villages where mi no kasim at yet, but mi go do awareness is lot.
For SIBC TV, I'm Sharon Nanau.
The Ministry of Lands, Housing and Survey raises concerns over the clarity of land ownership records in the proposed Mineral Resources Bill 2025, particularly in relation to Clause 83. During the Ministry's appearance before the Bills and Legislation Committee hearing into the Mineral Resources Bill 2025, it said government needs to define the legal status of various types of landowner records to avoid future disputes. Currently, the bill mentions that landowners are recorded, but it is not clear what kind of record is meant. Tegavota said that land records can originate from the Forestry Act, customary chief's decisions, or High Court rulings. These differing sources can often overlap or contradict each other, raising questions about which type of record should be legally recognized under the new legislation.
That one of the purposes of the Act is to safeguard, respect and recognize the rights of customary ownership in accordance with customary usage. From Clause 83, Subclause 3A, Paragraph 1 and 2, just a few comments on that. I note Paragraph 1 says that the landowners have been identified and there is a record. So in reference to record, we all know that there can be different records in terms of ownership. You have the Forestry Act, which also have decisions on ownership. You have chief decisions, you have high court decisions that all point towards ownership. And also in terms of have been identified in that paragraph, just to be clear on what the process is in terms of identification. Going further to paragraph 2 of that same Clause 83, the process for identifying and recording the people. So here it is talking about recording, but just to clarify, within the Act, whether that's the recording under the Customary Land Records Act, or is it just like a recording, for example, a social mapping or intertribal mapping. To such a recording, we all know that it can have legal consequences in terms of whether those recordings have a legal basis that cannot be challenged later. So my recommendation for that would be if in the definition section, if there could be an insertion in there just to clarify what the recording is in that particular clause 83.
The Royal Solomon Islands Police Force, RSIPF, confirms they do not have a military arm and there are no plans to establish a military force. Recent footage shared on social media showcasing RSIPF officers dressed in military-style uniforms last week raised concerns among the public. Speaking during a recent talkback show on SIBC, Supervising Assistant Commissioner for National Security, Francis Ramoni, said the uniform is worn mainly for specific police operations carried out in the country. Mr. Ramoni also reassured the public that the RSIPF remains a civilian police force.
That immunogara military, okay, make them short here, immunogara military. This uniform is part of capability below in terms of usage below uniform for rural operations below Mifala. Okay, like example, hunting or escapees and something or something. Yeah? So, but Mifala wear more kind uniform or something for just to that purposely for that task. Yeah, cannot be wearing informal or when doing duties in Honiara. Kind example also. So when Mifagaram a special task, then that uniform is mainly for rural operations only. Yeah, so basically short answer is no military. Yeah, Iminogaram any military, no any plan to for Iminogaram military.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.